Welcome to From Rome Info video. My name is Brother Alexis Pignola. I am the publisher and editor of From Rome Info, an electronic journal for news and commentary about Rome, the Catholic Church, and Italy. Here taking a brief as vacation, as it were, with my relatives in lovely New England on a beautiful crystal morning. Pope Francis has removed Bishop Strickland from his office as Bishop of Tyler, Texas. This is, in my opinion, an essentially unjust and canonically invalid act that the faithful do not have to accept, and which, moreover, we are obliged to oppose with all our strength and in every way. It's pretty obvious now to the whole Catholic world that Jorge Mario Bergoglio is not a Catholic, that he's a raving globalist, a homosexualist, modernist, and Marxist, and that he doesn't hold the Catholic faith at all, even though he feigns and pretends to, and has feigned and pretended for many years. And that Archbishop Vigano is justified in saying that this man isn't even capable of consenting to be pope, because he never intended to do what a pope should do. And this means that it might be that Bergoglio never validly received even the office of cardinal or bishop, or even the priesthood, if he's never been a Catholic his whole life. I personally think that he shows clear signs of psychopathy and sociopathy, which would make it invalid, make even your baptism invalid. But what to do now? Okay, so I have been one of the unique commentators in the Catholic Church in the last, since 2014, publicly saying that it's clear that Bergoglio denies defined Catholic doctrine or revealed doctrine when he first came out and attacked the laicity of capital punishment in 2014. And I was one of the first to point out that his election in March of 2013 was canonically valid, probably canonically invalid, and I have sustained that ever since. And I was not the first, but one of the most accurate and complete defenders of the thesis that Pope Benedict was still the Pope until death. Now, I got a lot of criticism from that, and I have been warning since 2015 that if Bergoglio is not corrected and removed, that's the end of the Catholic Church, because you either let an enemy in your house to start killing your family members, or you defend yourself against them. And one thing has to go or the other. You won't have a family if you don't defend yourself. And defending yourself requires removing the threat. Why do I say then that canonically what Pope Francis did today to Bishop Tyler, it's November 11th, 2023 that I make this video, is canonically invalid, and that you don't have to accept that? Because the Church is a juridical institution founded by God, who is the lawgiver, and Christ himself, who has received all authority in heaven and earth. But it's not an unjust authority. The authority in the Catholic Church is not the authority of the Third Reich in Germany, that you must always obey your superiors whether they be right or wrong, and that you must do unjust things when you're commanded to do them. Justice and truth in the Catholic Church are united. A superior can no more command you to do evil than God would command you to do evil. And God has not put us under the authority of men so that we do evil. Now, to deprive a man who was made Bishop of Tyler, Texas by Pope Benedict, who without a doubt was the true Pope of the Catholic Church, validly elected, without cause and without any reason, is patently unjust, and therefore it cannot be done. Even if Jorge Mario Bergoglio is a valid pope, he cannot remove a bishop from office for no reason, not even for whim. Christ did not give the pope that authority, and it's not even in canon law that he has that authority. But if the person removing the Bishop of Tyler, Texas is doubtfully a Catholic and doubtfully elected, then even more so do we have a right now to what's called in common law quo warranto, and what's in Catholic Church would be said to know if he is the Pope. And this I have advocated for 5 years. It was done in the Catholic Church in 1046 at the Council of Sutri, where 3 men who claimed to be Pope were declared not to be Pope. And it has been done even in the 4th century, Pope Marcellinus, when He burned incense to Mars. The bishops of the province of Rome called him to council and said, "Are you a Catholic? What is your religion?" And so in October, just a month ago, I proposed the Sutri Initiative when I was visiting Sutri, Italy, using the historic place where the Council of 1046 took place, the Council of Sutri, to call on the whole Catholic world to write the bishops of the province of Rome and insist they convene a provincial council to call this man to order, to ask him if he's Catholic and listen carefully to his responses, and to investigate the validity of his claims to be Pope. If you think what was done to Bishop Tyler is unjust, but you're not going to do anything about it, then you're letting a criminality of the highest magnitude reign in the church. We will not have a church soon if we allow someone who doesn't agree with the Catholic Church kick out of office all the bishops of the Catholic Church. We need our pastors. This is a matter of self-defense. So I encourage you to come to fromrome.info and read my article on the Sutri Initiative. Get involved and write those bishops. I have links to all their email addresses and physical addresses. You can contact them. Catholics have already begun to do this, but if we can get several thousand letters in the mailbox of each of these bishops, we have a good chance of convincing them to do something about it. Something must be done. This is an intolerable situation in the Catholic Church, over and above all the heresies and blasphemies and sacrileges and idolatries that Bergoglio has committed for the last 10 years. Whether you regard him to be validly elected the Pope or not. And so Bishop Tyler, Strickland, stand firm. I think the Catholics of Tyler should organize a rally in his support, and they should not allow the new appointee to enter the cathedral. They should physically oppose him, and they should arm themselves with a good number of rotten eggs and tomatoes. Because if we don't fight for our church, we're going to lose our church. And if you do not feel that you should be militant on this point, you're part of the problem in the church. We're not going to have a Catholic faith in the next generation unless we begin fight. The removal of Bishop Strickland, or the attempted removal of Bishop Strickland from the Diocese of Tyler, Texas, is a clear sign that open civil war has begun in the Catholic Church. You now have to decide which side you're going to be on. God bless. Ave Maria.